So apparently there's a new show called X-Men 97. Trailer? Can we get like a trailer here? Okay, here's the official trailer. So we're gonna watch the trailer. Oh. There we go. Gonna watch the trailer, see what it's all about. I imagine it's a return to tradition for X-Men. All right.
Watch the series finale of X-Men next Saturday morning. Check your local listings.
I'm grateful to have the chance to say goodbye. I am proud of you all, my X-Men.
Fate lies in our hands now. Now.
Yo.
We have to stay vigilant. The professor entrusted us with his dream.
Okay, this is cool.
No matter how dark it is, we must believe in each other.
We get this done by working together as a team.
Jeez, Stub. Keep buzzing in my ear.
This looks charming as hell.
To me.
Okay, wait. Just genuine question here. If Gambit charges Wolverine's like hand blades, does that mean that his skeleton is going to explode? Because if so, that's metal as shit. The claws are independent, but still, like, they would explode, right? They should explode. That's like the most metal use of Wolverine's power I've ever seen. Yeah, he'll just like heal up, obviously, but like that's so cool. That's so cool.
To me, my X-Men.
I mean, yeah, his knife hands are indestructible, but not the flesh on the hands. They're good. The flesh will explode off of his hands. Gambit only explodes shit if the thing is weaker than the psychic blast. Oh man, we're getting into some deeper Gambit lore. Okay, I did not know that. So it only explodes, like that's why it works with the playing cards. Okay. Yes, I'm aware Wolverine has a healing factor.
Magneto.
The last will and testament of Charles Xavier. Everything he built now belongs to me.
Dope. Magneto good guy arc incoming. Because you know what? Magneto's always been right. So that looked cool as hell. I hadn't seen that before. I liked it a lot. I also really like that they brought back the 90s music, which is like one of the best parts of the show. Like that intro music like gives me chills every time. That being said, some people are really, really upset about it. X-Men 97 already ruined by Disney wokeness. Let's hear what he has to say about it, huh?
What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and today we are talking about X-Men 97. Everybody is excited for X-Men 97 after seeing the trailer, after seeing the marketing, after seeing the nostalgia all over the place. Everyone is loving it. Well, at least
I mean, the show also just looks cool, along with it being a very unexpected sequel to the original 90s X-Men show.
the uninitiated are loving it, because if you've been paying attention to Disney, Marvel, Lucasfilm, Pixar, anything they've been doing for the last several years, well, you probably know that there's a lot of bait involved in order to pull you in so that they can then push their propaganda and their nonsense. Now, again, I love X-Men the animated series. I think it's
What propaganda and nonsense is being peddled by X-Men exactly? I wanted to be more specific.
probably the definitive animated series for superheroes. It's phenomenal. And I think it actually did more for X-Men than even the comics or anything. I mean, the animated series was amazing. And we got this trailer for X-Men 97. And look, there's a lot to like about this trailer for sure. I had some criticisms of it on Geeks and Gamers Daily, but overall, I think there's some pretty good stuff in here. Some of the animation bothered me, and some of the character models, like, not that they're bad, but like Rogue, I didn't think looked great. I just think there was something about like the background animations where
Rogue didn't look great. I know they showed Rogue like briefly in the trailer. Is it here? Oh, there it is. Rogue looks fine. This is just the classic Rogue design. Honestly, it's the classic Rogue design, but like maybe aged up a little bit to be like less overtly creepy. Also, like, yeah, the art style is going to be different because in the 90s they were like hand animating this stuff. Now they're using computers. This is a digital animation project. And they're using a similar style, but it's not going to be exactly the same. Honestly, yeah, her being slightly older is maybe his problem with it, frankly. She looks roguelike to me. Through X-Drums. Rogue has an Adam's apple, yeah. They're transvestigating Rogue, maybe.
pretty good, but the character models didn't seem to line up with it at all times. That's just me, as someone that
the character models didn't line up with the 90s television show. Yeah. But also, let's not pretend that the 90s television show didn't have animation issues. Can we just take a look at, like, can I get like a all of these trailers are for here.
I hope you're just low security.
Like, oh my god. Her eyes look off model. Oh god. Look, the background doesn't have a whole lot going on. It's so boring. Oh my god, Rogue doesn't look like Rogue anymore because she's not wearing bad 90s fashion. Like, you can literally nitpick any of this show to death. Oh no, Gambit's not being propositioned every other scene like the 90s television show. Jesus. I mean, like, you can nitpick anything, okay?
I loved the animated series. Obviously, you have Storm, which, listen, as I said, I know she had the mohawk in the comics. That is not why Disney is going with the SJW haircut. It's just not. It's just not. But again, you know, a lot of people looked at it and said, hey, man, I'm really looking forward to this. This looks great, yada, yada, yada.
Wait, is he complaining about Storm not having a mohawk? Or Wait, this isn't a mohawk. What? Wait, what? Saying Storm has a mohawk? This isn't a mohawk. But also she had a mohawk in the 80s. In the 80s comics. Like I'm not a big comic book person, but like this is a fairly common bit of like knowledge. Like this is what Storm's design was in the 80s, and frankly, I'd be down for that.
At all times. That's just me. As someone that loved the animated series, obviously you have Storm, which...
Wait, he's saying she had a mohawk in the 80s, but that's not an excuse for the hairstyle they've given her now? It's like a pretty good like medium between like the 90s hairstyle and the 80s hairstyle. Like it's like the best of both worlds in my opinion, but whatever.
Listen, as I said, I know she had the mohawk in the comics. That is not why Disney is going with the SJW haircut. It's just not. It's just not.
Okay, why are they going with the SJW haircut?
But again, you know, a lot of people looked at it and said, "Hey, man, I'm really looking forward to this. This looks great." Yada yada yada. Totally understood. Totally understood. But we got a little bit of an issue suddenly because this is how it goes with Disney. The moment that you know you see something you're maybe a little bit excited about,
okay,
well then we get this right here from X-Men Updates. Morph's characterization in X-Men 97. This is a lighter take on the character who is non-binary and has an interesting buddy relationship with Wolverine. The character's past with Mr. Sinister, the show's villain, could also come into play. And boom, done. See you later.
What?
It's over.
I mean, obviously he's upset about the word non-binary being included here, but like what's... Is that it? Is that it? Like, a gay is in my X-Men? Time to throw it in the trash?
I retweeted this. Simply put, fuck this show.
Fuck this show.
Again, it's Disney. What do you expect?
What an absolute baby. What an absolute baby. A queer person in my X-Men show? Yeah, guys. X-Men. Famously heterosexual X-Men. Famously heterosexual, gender-conforming X-Men. Famed non-allegory for civil rights protests, X-Men.
Bob Iger the other day. We saw the leaked call from Bob Iger. Again, let me play that for you. The leaked call from Bob Iger the other day, where he puts it all into perspective right here. Bob Iger says it.
About this eloquently since he's become CEO. I'll say a couple of things about it. You know, we've tended to...
I like how he has pointed out a couple of things here that to him are red flags, right? But none of them have been elaborated on. Just, oh, it's an SJW haircut. Oh, this tweet, that's it for me, garbage can time. But he's not elaborating. And I think he's not elaborating because he knows that if he elaborated, he'd be like openly bigoted. I mean, like this is about as close to just like throwing on like a, I don't know, like a get your homo out of here hat on. There we go. That's a thing. That's real. Don't Google it.
Shy away from politics. And in doing so, I think we've shied away from talking about issues that aren't political at all, like the issues that we're talking about today. because we believe in doing so. Maybe it looks like we're taking a stand. Well, in that reality, we should be taking a stand. By the way, I take responsibility for this. I was CEO for 15 years. And so I manage the company's public-facing processes and how we were portraying ourselves. And I think that we have to be less cautious, as Bob, I think, was just alluding to.
Look at how hard he has to pretend to be angry about this. This is so performative.
About such things and not be concerned, like just commenting about what happened in Washington last week. That's not political on our part at all. We know that what we saw was fundamentally wrong and that it was rooted in hatred and disrespect and contempt and intolerance. And we should feel free as a company to comment about that without retribution.
That's Bob Iger. He also says, hey, we did Black Panther. How great are we?
A great example of that. Or Tiana, or of course, Black Panther is one of the great examples of that.
Yeah, and
I allowed those things to make me feel a bit complacent in a sense. It's not that I wanted to be that way, but I thought, wow, we did Black Panther. How great are we?
And that is Bob Iger's mentality. So,
yes,
so again, for those that are excited about
PH
X-Men
look
97,
just hoping Twitch chat so I could renew my subby.
Thank you. I don't know why that message was so loud, but thank you.
Don't let me rain on your parade. Go for it. Be excited for it. Love it. Have at it. I've been through this way too many times with Disney and Hollywood and all of this.
Guys, there's only like 30 seconds left in this video. Do you think that he's just going to let it all hang? Or do you think that he's actually going to try and make it seem more substantial than I just dislike gays? He might not even make an attempt.
And there was some nostalgia bait in that trailer for sure, and I don't have a problem with nostalgia.
It's a direct sequel to an old show. Of course, it's going to have nostalgia.
I kind of love how these idiots can't watch a modern cartoon without curling up in the fetal position.
I mean, yeah. I mean, conservatism as an ideology makes people afraid of everything. Any kind of change is to be feared.
As long as it's nostalgia for the right reasons and not meant to pull you in so that they can then push their nonsense. And that is what we're going to see with X-Men 97.
What is the nonsense? Be more explicit. I don't understand.
So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you very much for checking out this video. Solo lost money. Raylos are weird. Fuck Disney. And we will talk to you later.
Literally, he was just like, They have an SJW haircut. There's a non-binary character. And look at them say that their products will have commentary on current political discourse. The same as X-Men always has. So literally, his problems are X-Men is political, which it literally always has been. That there's a non-binary character, which, like, yeah, it would make sense for a non-binary character who can shapeshift to have, like, some additional questions or more insight into, like, gender norms and expectations than, like, someone who doesn't have shapeshifting powers. That's a pretty understandable thing. And 3 is... there's a haircut that I associate with gay progressives, and I don't like it. I don't like that this haircut reminds me of things that I don't like. And it's just like, how upset and obsessed with being afraid of people different from you do you have to be upset about seeing a haircut? Is that man 44 years old? Is that true? My God. Have you seen the diagrams that were put out some years back of the residential layout of the X-Men's base on Kenosha? The leaders, Wolverine, Jean Grey, and Cyclops, each had their own room at the end of one hallway with Jean's in the middle. Both Wolverine and Cyclops' room had a door to Jean's room. Strong implication of a frankly quite hot little polycule. You know, some negotiations had to be made. Scott and Logan didn't want to be left out, okay? It's incel logic come to life. Hypergamy is real. Literally, the problems he had were gays, were transes, and haircuts are in my X-Men, and that's just the silliest fucking thing. Bro is 44 and crying about a kid's cartoon. Yeah, no, it's as pathetic as like Matt Walsh like throwing a shit fit about like Blue's Clues.